Been working hard this last few weeks, trying to understand DSLR, and it's a bit different from your normal point and shoot camera. You've got to take things into consideration, like the size of your aperture, the speed of your shutter, the ISO. Until all that sinks in your head, it takes quite a long time, with my head anyway. And I thought I'll go right back to basics. And you always think of lenses as some sort of real high-tech thing that only Japanese people can understand and make. So I put myself back into the mindset of a Stone Age man. Maybe the man who first got a brain, and he's walking around the world and he's looking at things. And the idea for a lens must have come from nature. And that takes me to drops of water. And if you look at these drops of water and imagine the Stone Age man looking at it really close on the leaf one day and thinking, wow, that's brilliant. That's magnifying things, making my eyes stronger. And time rolls on, and perhaps on the beach he finds a piece of pebble, a piece of natural volcanic glass on the beach, which has been polished into a little ball. And he picks that up on the beach and he looks at it and thinks, I've found some treasure. And he can look at things with his little pebble and they get bigger. And time rolls on, and eventually man's able to make little glass balls. And I know the monks in the 6th century used to use glass balls when they were doing the illuminations on the Book of Kells, and when they used to do very delicate work, and they'd have a glass ball like that and just look at the glass ball, and it's a magnifying glass. But then they realised that this glass ball, you could just take the curve of the ball and take it like that. You don't need a big lump of glass, you can just take a slither off it, as long as it's got an edge like that. And so, what they did, so they made the first lens. And we all know a lens focuses. Sometimes it's in focus and sometimes it's not in focus. But it's really simple to work out where that focus is. You just got to carry on with the ball, and the lens focuses here. At the length of the ball in relation to this curve. So I like to take things right back to the beginning, because then I can understand it. And I have to think like a caveman, like the Stone Age man, and see that little bubble of water and think, that's a lens. And it's already been invented. I've just got to copy that. And I guess most things that we invent in this world, man invents, is just little copies of things he's seen in nature. And if you go back to basics and look at something and try and understand how it came about, then you'll find you could get a deeper understanding of it, because you're going right from the basic mother load of information where it came from, rather than just going in and starting studying optics. Why? Where did it come from? That's what you've got to do. And I guess it's the same with everything if you want to learn something. That was my problem at school. I could never really get algebra or cosines and tangents, because nobody really explained to me what it's for and how it's relating to the real world. So it's really been interesting for me to learn all this new stuff about lenses and different things to do with the cameras, and it's a very interesting discipline, a new thing to learn, and there's so much to learn, there's so much to read, and it's really interesting. And if you're into light, if you're into conveying information with light, then I'd recommend that you study it a bit as well, because basically that's what we're all doing on YouTube videos. We're creating little images, and just to create a better image is a good thing, really, unless you've got the gift of the gab and you can sit and just talk into an iPhone and make that interesting enough. But I like the medium. For me, the medium's important too. Maybe style over content, maybe that's my thing. Now there's a bit of synchronicity for you. Just made that video, I was making the video, and at the end the bell went and the postman was there with a little present from Amazon, and hopefully this is my new prime lens. And a month ago I didn't know what a prime lens was, and now I've got one. So let's have a look. There we have it. It's just a cheap one, 50mm. And funny, I was just talking about lenses to you. Here's my new lens. There you go. So we'll have a play with that later and see how it looks. Once again, have a great day. And this is what we look like on a prime lens. You see it's a bit clearer.